Hello, members of the book reading marathon, the Read and Write Challenge. Friends, today we are going to talk everything about the book reading marathon, the Read and Write Challenge, about its flow and its motto. Friends, do you remember Oprah Winfrey? She is the world's most famous talk show host, a media entrepreneur, and the first black woman billionaire. Her inspiring life story and the Oprah Winfrey show have motivated millions of people across the globe. Friends, imagine a little girl who grew up surrounded by poverty, abuse, and social discriminations. That girl's name was Oprah Winfrey. She found the path to transform her life through books. Oprah believes that if it weren't for reading, she would never have become one of the most influential women in the world. Friends, one book that completely changed her life was Eckhart Tolle's The Power of Now. She says it taught her how to live in the present and helped her break free from the cycle of negative thoughts. Whenever she faced challenges, the answers were always hidden in her books. Friends, for Oprah, if books could give her the strength to rewrite her destiny, then all of us can do the same. Think about it. If a woman who started with nothing could rise to greatness with the power of reading, then you too can change your story. So friends, this is what we are doing in this book reading marathon, the Read and Write Challenge. Friends, imagine this, a journey where every single week brings you one step closer to your dreams. Welcome to the book reading marathon, the Read and Write Challenge. Friends, I'm Vivek Kumar, the founder of this movement. At one time, I was just a regular guy struggling with my own battles. Books gave me a new life. And today, I'm here to share this journey with you. Friends, if you have ever thought, I want to change my life, then this 25 minutes video could be your source of inspiration. I promise you, by the end, you'll be ready to challenge yourself. Friends, the problem is why we don't read. We all want to grow, but somehow we get stuck halfway. I went through the same struggle. I purchased books. I spent hours on Netflix while my books gathered dust on the shelf. I kept asking myself, will reading ever become my habit? I wanted to make reading a habit, but that was not happening. This is the reality for millions of people. They want to unlock their potential, but never start. They buy books, but never read them. Social media, distractions, endless platforms block their progress. So friends, that's why the book reading marathon was born. To break this cycle, here books aren't just read, they are implemented. So friends, the story of this challenge begins here. Let us discuss what we are doing here in this book reading marathon. 1 year, 52 carefully chosen self-help books. Each one adds a new chapter to your life. Friends, we have divided them into 7 powerful categories with and 1 buffer group. We have divided it into habit series, mindset series, productivity series, creativity series, time management series, positive psychology series, and leadership series. And finally, the buffer series with 3 very powerful books. Now imagine an entire community reading the same book every week. Each person is turning the page on their old story and writing new possible endings. The people who have already joined this challenge have accelerated their personal growth at rocket speed. Now, many people keep asking me how this challenge works. That is, what is the flow of this challenge? So friends, here's the magic behind this challenge. Every week, you get a new book along with summary, PDFs and audiobooks. No matter your learning style, we have got you covered. Friends, each day begins with group discussion on Facebook, WhatsApp, or Zoom, where you share your learnings and draw motivation from the community. And friends, the best part is you are never alone. People walk the journey with you, inspiring and supporting each other. When everyone moves towards a shared goal, the spark multiplies. And friends, this is the magic of this book reading marathon, the Read and Write Challenge. And remember, books aren't just read. Here we are not just reading the books. Here every lesson is put into action. You are challenged to make those books learnings convert into actions. You might be asking, what's the benefit? So here it is. Friends, in just 1 year, you will gain the knowledge that usually takes people 10 years. Those knowledge you do not get in your schools and colleges. Reading becomes a daily ritual. Slowly, building discipline, small steps create massive change. Friends, your mindset transforms. Negativity naturally shifts into positivity. And you will master productivity and time management and other skills essential for both personal and professional success. So friends, you will build leadership qualities, communication skills, and unshakable confidence. So friends, can you see the magic of book reading marathon, the Read and Write Challenge? A challenge that forces you to read, and read. And most importantly, you will be a part of supportive, positive community. Friends, to give you a few examples, one girl completed her first book ever through this challenge and discovered her self-confidence. She became an author. An entrepreneur said, if not for this challenge, I would never have changed my habits. Some people doubled on their productivity, others gained discipline, while many took their communication skills to the next level. So this is how the magic happens in book reading marathon, the Read and Write Challenge. But they all shared one thing in common. We never thought we could read so many books until this challenge made it possible. So friends, now it's your turn. It's your turn to take this challenge as a challenge and start reading one book every week. Imagine yourself 1 year from now as part of this community. How much could your life change? Do you want to achieve your dreams? Are you ready to read 52 books in a year and write your own success story? Friends, if the answer is yes, then join us today, because every inspiring story begins with one simple word, that is yes. You have to commit to something to get something. So friends, this is not just an invitation, it's a challenge thrown to you. Break your old habits and start a new journey. I request you to subscribe to this channel, like this video, and share your goals in the comments. Your goals could be, what do I want to achieve from this challenge? Together, let's rise, let's build India's biggest book reading movement. A community where anyone can change their story. And friends, this is what the book reading marathon, the Read and Write Challenge is. And always remember, read more, learn more, rise higher. Now friends, as we have already talked about what is this challenge all about and what is its flow, now let's talk about what are the 52 books that we are going to read in this challenge. Friends, this challenge starts with part 1 on habit series, small consistent steps that transforms life. The first book is Atomic Habits by James Clear. This book explains how tiny changes in our daily life, like just a 1% improvement, can lead to massive success over time. James Clear presents his 4 laws of habits, which shows how habits are formed and how they can be changed. Habits should be made obvious, attractive, easy, and satisfying. He also emphasizes that habits are shaped not just by mindset or willpower, but by your environment and the incentives that you think you'll get by having that habit. The second book is The Power of Habits by Charles Duhigg. The author reveals the science behind habits and explains that every habit is built on a cue routine reward loop. Once you identify the trigger and rewards, you can reshape the routine and transform habits. Through company case studies and personal stories, he demonstrates how reprogramming habits can completely change behavior and life. The next book in Habit series is Tiny Habits by B.J. Fogg. Friends, instead of focusing on big changes, B.J. Fogg shows how teeny, easy steps can gradually create strong habits. For example, reading for a few minutes right after brushing your teeth. Small, simple actions grow into powerful habits without feeling like a struggle. Then the next book in the Habit series is Habit Stacking by S.J. Scott. Friends, this book teaches the techniques of stacking, where you add a new habit on top of an existing one so it feels effortless. For example, meditation for 5 minutes right after making your morning coffee. Habit stacking reduces resistance and increases the consistency. Then, in the Habit series, we'll also see Deep Work by Cal Newport. Friends, in today's digital age of distractions, this book teaches the art of intense focus. Deep work means working without interruptions, engaging in deep thought, and solving complex problems. By avoiding solo distractions like social media, you can master your learning and achieve higher productivity. We will also see the book High Performance Habits in the Habit series by Brendan Burchard. The author identifies the habits that drive people to peak performance, like setting clear goals, generating energy, and demonstrating courage. Practicing these consistently boosts not only productivity but also mental well-being. Then we will see the compound effect. Friends, this book shows how small daily choices and habits add up to create huge results over time. With consistent right actions, success naturally flows in every area of life. Darren Hardy assures readers that big achievements are always built on small beginnings. Now, friends, let's move to part 2 on mindset, that is Mindset series. Here again, we'll see 7 powerful books on mindset. Friends, your thinking shapes your results. So the first book is Mindset by Carl S. Dweck. Dweck explains the difference between a fixed mindset, that's believing abilities and innate, and a growth mindset, believing you can improve through efforts and learning. Adopting a growth mindset is key to success in both personal and professional life. Then we'll see our second book, that is Grit by Angela Duckworth. Friends, talent alone doesn't guarantee success. Passion and perseverance do. Duckworth shows that grit is what helps people achieve long-term goals even when challenges seem overwhelming. Then we'll see the book Can't Hurt Me by David Goggins. This memoir is a raw account of breaking mental and physical limits through discipline, self-control, and relentless determination. Goggins became an example of how to conquer any challenge. Then we'll see the book The Magic of Thinking Big by David J. Scotchward. Friends, this book emphasizes the power of thinking beyond limits. By expanding your mindsets and setting bold positive goals, you can achieve extraordinary results. Then we'll also see the book A Masterpiece, that is Limitless by Jim Quick. Jim shares techniques to unlock the brain's full potential, improving memory, focus, and reading speed. It's a guide to faster learning and maximizing the mental capacity. Then we'll also see the book You Are a Badass by Jen Sincero. Friends, this is a motivational book that inspires readers to build self-confidence and live life to the fullest by tapping into their inner strength. Then we'll see the famous book Think and Grow Rich by Napoleon Hill, a timeless classic that outlines the mindset principles and habits that lead to financial and personal success. This way, we'll complete 7 books in the Mindset series. Now friends, here comes part 3, that is the Productivity series. Work smarter, not harder. In this Productivity series, we'll start with the book Getting Things Done by David Allen. Allen's GTD method is a comprehensive system for time and task management. By breaking tasks into smaller steps, prioritizing them, and tracking effectively, you can work stress-free and stay organized. Next book we'll see Eat That Frog by Brian Tracy. Friends, Tracy says, tackle your hardest, most important task first thing in the day. By doing so, you set yourself up for a productive and successful day. Then we'll see the famous book 5 AM Club by Robin Sharma. This book teaches the power of rising early and using the first hours of the day for learning, exercise, and meditation, boosting energy, focus, and productivity. Then we'll see the book Essentialism by Gary McConnell. Essentialism is the discipline of doing less but better, eliminating the trivial and focusing only on what truly matters. Then we'll also see the book The One Thing by Gary Keller. Friends, this book is a masterpiece. This book teaches the art of prioritization. Focus on the one most important thing at a time and you will achieve greatness and greater success. Then we'll finally see in this series Make Time by Jake Knapp. Friends, this book is a practical strategy. It teaches us the practical strategies to carve out meaningful time in your daily schedule and avoid the trap of busyness. We'll also see the book The Productivity Project by Cherise Bailey. Friends, based on the author's years-long experiments with productivity, this book shows how small changes can radically transform your efficiency and lifestyle. Then, after this, we'll move to part 4, that is the Positive Psychology series, The Science of Happiness and Fulfillment. The happiness, we'll start with the book The Happiness Advantage by Shawn Achor. Friends, the author research shows that happiness fuels success, not the other way around. Positive people perform better in every aspect of their life. Then next book we'll see is The Flourish by Martin Seligman. The author, the father of positive psychology, explains how happiness, well-being, and mental health can be cultivated for a flourishing life. Then we'll see the book The How of Happiness by Sonja Lewinsky. Friends, this book is a science-backed guide on boosting happiness and avoiding depressions. We'll also see the book The Gift of Imperfection by Brene Brown. This book encourages embracing vulnerability and imperfection to live a wholehearted, authentic life. In the series, we'll also see The Art of Happiness by Sir Dalai Lama and Howard Cutler. This book combines Buddhist wisdom with modern psychology to teach compassion, peace of mind, and the true path to happiness. We'll see Learned Optimism by Martin Seligman. Optimism is not just natural, it can be learned. This book teaches how to build a hopeful perspective for a better life. Then we'll see the book Authentic Happiness by Martin Seligman. Friends, the author emphasizes that true happiness comes from adopting values and virtues in everyday life. Now friends, let's move on to part 5, that is the Creativity series. Awaken your creative potential. In this, the first book will be The Artist's Way by Julia Cameron. Practical exercises like morning pages and artist dates help remove creative blocks and awaken your inner artist. Then in the creativity series, we'll also see The Big Magic by Elizabeth Gilbert. This book teaches how to embrace curiosity, face fear, and live creatively with courage. Then we'll see the book Sow Your Work by Austin Kleon. This book encourages sharing your process, ideas, and creations with the world to build recognition and impact. Then we'll see the book Steal Like an Artist. Austin Kleon says nothing is 100% original. Creativity comes from learning, borrowing, and remixing ideas in your own unique way. Then we'll see the book Creative Confidence by Tom and David Kelly. This book shows that creativity exists in everyone. We just need to trust and nurture it. Then we'll see the book The Creative Habit by 12 Tharp. This book shows daily discipline and routine are the foundation of creative excellence. Then we'll again see the book Originals by Adam Grant that explains how original thinkers promote new ideas and drive social changes. Then we'll move on to part 6, that is the time management series, Master Time for a Balanced Life. In this, we'll see the first book as 168 Hours by Laura Vanderkam. Friends, you have 168 hours each week. This book teaches how to use them wisely to achieve balance and productivity. Then the next book in time management series, we'll see the Pomodoro Technique by Francisco Ciarello. Friends, work in focused intervals of 25 minutes with breaks in between to maintain energy and focus. Then we'll see the next book as Time Warrior by Stephen Chandler. This book shows techniques to conquer fear and stress associated with them. In this series, we'll also see the book Ikigai by Hector Garcia. Friends, this is a masterpiece of book. Based on Japanese philosophy, this book helps discover your life's purpose and achieve joy. Then we'll see 4,000 Weeks by Oliver Burkeman, a reflection on the shortness of life and how to make the most of the limited time. Then we'll see the book Getting Results the Agile Way by J.D. Mayer. This book shows a flexible framework to achieve goals and personal success. We'll also see the book The 4-Hour Work Week by Tim Ferriss, a guide to working less, living more, and creating freedom in your lifestyle. Now friends, we'll move on to part 7, that is the leadership series, Leading Yourself and Others Effectively. In this, the leadership series, the first book is Leaders Eat Last by Simon Sinek. True leadership means putting your team first and caring for their needs. Then we'll see the book Start With Why by Simon Sinek. Friends, great leaders inspire by clearly defining their purpose, the why behind their action. Then we'll see the book Dare to Lead by Brain Brown. This book teaches courageous leadership, which includes embracing vulnerability. Then we'll see a great book which is named as Good to Great by Jim Collins. This book reveals the strategies that transforms good companies into great ones. Then we'll see the 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership by John C. Maxwell. 21 timeless principles every leader should practice. And then we'll see Extreme Ownership by Jocko Willink. Friends, in this book, we'll see how great leaders take full responsibility and drive their teams to success. Then we'll see the book The Servant by James C. Hunter. This book explains servant leadership. Leaders succeed by serving their team's needs first. Then, by completing the part 7, we will be completing 49 books. Now we'll move on to part 8, that is the buffer books, the extra knowledge for anytime inspiration. In this buffer series, we'll see the first book as The War of Art by Stephen Pressfield, a guide to overcoming inner resistance and self-doubt to pursue creative work. Then we'll see a famous book called Who Moved My Cheese by Spencer Johnson. A simple yet powerful story about embracing change and adapting to new realities. Then finally, we'll see our 52nd book, that is As a Man Thinketh by James Allen. Friends, this book is a classic on the power of thoughts. Our mindset shapes our character, action and destiny. So friends, after completing this series 8, that is buffer series, we will be completing 52 books in 52 weeks. It's your turn now. Take this challenge and go deep to read these 52 books. Friends, if you like this video, I request you to share this video to your friends, family, so that this video can reach to so maximum of people and more people come and join this book reading marathon, the Read and Write Challenge. And thank you very much for your support to this challenge, the book reading marathon, the Read and Write Challenge.